In my previous video, we learned about the new changes and updates for the Aspera Talon as well as the Talon Shrike in the coming 4.3 patch. We also did some combat testing for the Talon as a stealth fighter. So in this video, we are going to test the Talon Shrike, which is the missile version of the Aspera Talon, as a stealth missile boat, as well as some dogfighting capabilities. And to best understand this ship, we will compare it with the Aegis Firebird as we go, because these two ships are very similar. And we're going to be doing this test and comparison in the 4.3 PTU, which I think is really close to a RC release candidate. Hopefully we can see it later this week, and if so, very likely that we will have 4.3 go live sometime next week, or latest next week. So that's my estimate. Now, back to the ships. During the 4.3 PTU cycle, the Talon as well as the Talon Shrike have received multiple changes. So as of right now, the Talon as well as Talon Shrike, they have the exact same changed stats. SCM speed, 225 meters per second. Saber Firebird, 240 meters per second. And Talon Shrike boosted SCM speed forward 500 meters per second. Saber Firebird, 600 meters per second. So in terms of the SCM speed and boosted SCM speed, the Firebird is superior than the Talon Shrike. Maximum navigation speed of the Talon has been nerfed from 1200 to right now 1190 meters per second. However, the Firebird is 1400 meters per second, and that is way superior than the Talon. The maneuverability, pitch, yaw, and roll, the Talons sits at 68, 54, and 195 degrees per second. But for the Saber Firebird, it sits at 49, 41, and 160 meters per second. So the maneuverability of the Talons are way superior than that of the Firebird. The hull HP of the Talon Shrike is 24,930 hit points, and the Firebird is only 15,500 hit points. The vital part for the Talon Shrike is in its body, which has 2,000 hit points. Same thing for the Firebird. The vital part is its body, but that has 2,500 hit points. The Talon Shrike has a hydrogen capacity of 8 SCU, quantum capacity 1.1 SCU, but the Firebird has a hydrogen capacity of 12 SCU and quantum fuel capacity of 1.3 SCU. So in terms of the fuel capacity, the Firebird has superior fuel, especially the hydrogen fuel. If you are doing dogfights in atmosphere, the Firebird can fight longer than the Talon. You can purchase the Talon Shrike at Astra Armada Area 18 for 3.3 million AUEC, but the Firebird is way more expensive. You can buy it at Lorville Tisa Spaceport New Deal for close to 5.9 million AUEC. So the price of the Firebird almost doubles that of the Talon Shrike. But the most important factor to compare for these two ships are the stealth signatures, which for the Talon Shrike, it has been buffed for the coming 4.3. And the cross-section is what we're going to be comparing about. For the Talon Shrike cross-section, front, side, and top, 1,534, 2,427, and 3,010. For this, I have explained in detail in the previous video. Now, for the Firebird, the front cross-section has a little more advantage, only 1414. But for the side, it's a lot higher than that of the Talon Shrike. It's 3,880. For the top, it's also higher, 3,331. So by just playing the ship components and power management on paper, I now have these numbers. For the Firebird, I managed to lower the IR to 1,888, EM to 995. So with this number, my detection range is about 1.8 kilometers to 3.8 kilometers, and that really depends on the radar of the enemy ship. And now for the Talon Shrike, I managed to lower my IR to 1827, which is close to that of the Firebird. But because my highest cross-section value is only 3010, so right now I have a detection range around 1.8 kilometers to only 3 kilometers, which is superior than the Firebird. But of course, these numbers are only on paper. Now, let's test them out in-game. Alright, first we're gonna do a stealth test. So I'm using a Polaris to do a passive detection. Passive detection means I will not ping my ship, but just rely on the radar itself. A Polaris has a size 4 radar, and the sensitivity is 100% for all 3 signatures. So first of all, I'm gonna have myself targeted and just pay attention to the radar detection right here. And now I'm gonna play with my power management. I'm gonna disable both of my coolers and shield and weapons off. Actually, I can just leave one weapon pip because I'm using ballistic cannons for this one, and only one engine pip. And as I talked about in the previous video, the coolers needs to be careful. Do not make a habit by disabling all the coolers, because by disabling all the coolers, you can get a temporary buff for your IR, but eventually your IR is going to go up and it might damage your components and make your ship explode. The cooler is not fully in-game yet, so we shall wait and see later. Now you can see my IR signature is 2.9. If I enable one cooler, it's 3.5, and then decreasing 3.4. Disable this cooler, it will drop to 2.3, and it will slowly increase. Now, I'm just gonna have both cooler disabled. Let's see the best stealth range for the ship. Okay, so nose to nose, I am getting radar locked. I'm gonna pull away. One kilometer now. 1.2. 1.4. 1.5. Oh. 1.7. I lost the radar lock. It's no longer highlighted yellow. So I'm gonna go approach. 1.6. There we go. At 1.5, 1.6, I got targeted by my enemy ship. So pull away. 1.6. There we go. So between 1.6, before I reached 1.7, I lost my radar lock. That's really incredible. However, at this range, you can just eyeball the enemy ship. If you're flying, you will leave an engine trail. So you don't really need the active detection range. If you look close, you can find the enemy ship. But that stealth range is really incredible. Now, the advantage right now is not only nose to nose. If you have an angle, I'm gonna expose my side to the enemy. And now I'm going to shift left. 2 kilometers. Still locked. 2.2. 3.4. There we go. By 2.4 kilometers, I lost the radar lock from my enemy. That's incredible. Now, the Talon Shrike has only 2 size 2 hardpoints, but the Firebird has 2 size 3 hardpoints. So the Firebird, in terms of dogfighting, has much better weapons. Now, in terms of the missiles, both the Talon Shrike as well as the Firebird can carry 24 size 3 missiles. However, there are a few differences. The biggest difference is for the Talon Shrike, you can only arm 4 missiles at a time. But for the Firebird, you can arm 6 missiles. When you fire these missiles, for the Talon Shrike, you can only fire 1 missile at a time. You can see the missile port for the Talon Shrike are behind the nose, 1 on each side. So if I want to fire these missiles, I can only fire one missile at a time. Like that. However, for the Firebird, I can fire 6 missiles all at once. Look at this. Whoa. Oh. Great. PDC destroyed me. Well, this is Star Citizen science. Sometimes it's full of dangers. Now, another missile difference between these two ships is that for the Firebird, you only have one missile rack which contains the entire 24 size 3 missiles, which means you can only use one type of missiles. So I changed them all to Chaos 3 missiles. But for the Talon Shrike, you have 2 missile racks, and each missile rack you can put 12 size 3 missiles, which means you can put 2 different types of size 3 missiles. So one type I'm using 12 Chaos 3, and the other type I'm using 12 Thunderbolt 3. Now, let's go test these missiles in combat. Let's go dark and ready missile. So I can get really close to the enemy, but if I'm using this as a missile ship, I really don't need to go that stealth. So I'm gonna turn on one of my cooler. The size 3 missile lock range is from 1.9 kilometers to 25 kilometers. So at 5.1 kilometers, prepare one size 3 missile, fire. Hit. Fire another one. I'm gonna fire one by one because I am not detected. So I can just make sure I don't use all of my missiles at one small target. 3 missiles for the cutter. Not dead yet. Ooh, 4 missiles. Yep. Five missiles still not destroyed. Okay. I'm gonna use my guns. For the weapon, I put 2 size 2 mass driver cannons. This is the sniper weapon. Even though it's only size 2, but the range is 5.5 kilometers. And that's ballistic cannon. So this is a charged weapon. Nice. Target destroyed. Okay, got another ship. Need to go missiles hot. At 3 kilometers, I'm not getting a missile lock. So I'm gonna switch to Chaos missile. There we go. The IR missile got a lock. Fire. Second one. Oh, the Chaos 3 is really nice. 2 Chaos 3 destroyed that 325A. Next target, Mustang. Fire. Good hit. Second one. Oh, second one destroyed. Yes, the Chaos 3 is a good missile. That's 100I, 8 kilometers. Fire. This missile is beautiful. Looks very powerful. Oh, one hit. Oh, one hit. Think it destroyed it? Yeah, destroyed it. Next ship. It's a Saber Raven. Sub-targeting. Fire missile. Thunderbolt. 2. All hit, but did not destroy it. 2 more. Oh, that destroyed it.
Fight's over here, genius.
Enemy ship. Missile lock. Fire. Hit.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
There's more of those bastards coming our way.
Contact. Missile locked.
Next ship, fire.
You've got to keep them off us so we can work. Locked. Where the hell are you going? Fight's over here, genius.
Oh,
Ow,
hit.
that hurt.
That hurt. Gonna run out of missiles soon.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, that missile failed. Did not track.
No, no, no! Keep the fighters off me so I can work.
I think I just failed the mission.
Fight's over here, genius.
Last 3 missile. It looks really cool, but I don't think it's very effective if you are fighting multiple ships. Now, I am completely out of missiles. Let's go rearm. Let's see the damage. Wow, restock 190k, almost 200k. So I really love the stealth buff for both the Talon and Talon Shrike. And if you're using the Talon Shrike as a stealth missile boat, it's really fun to fire missiles at some light fighters, both PvP and PvE. However, the repair cost, rearm cost is really high, unless you are going to create insurance fraud. Every time, just reclaim the ship. But that's not the standard practice. Eventually, we will no longer be able to create insurance fraud by that. Because there was one time that you have to pay the price to rearm the missiles. You can't just insurance fraud it. If you do insurance fraud, the missile will not be reclaimed. Even though CIG temporarily disabled that, but eventually it's gonna come back. So we need to consider the cost for the missiles, and they are really expensive. So this is it. Thanks for watching.